Hi, welcome back to my channel. As you can see in the title, I got a pair of Alohas dad sandals a while ago, a long while. By the time I got around to editing that video, I have already returned them. And so I didn't want to be upfront about that, but I figured it might still be useful to some of you, or informative at least, who are considering getting them to show my first impressions of the shoes, because that's part of the reason why I decided to return them. So if you're still curious, please stick around and I'll cut straight into the reveal so you can see how they came packaged. And here they are. These are the Alohas Hook Loop leather sandals. And the reason why I bought them was that I've been wanting to get a pair of luxury dad sandals. I was looking at the usual suspects, the Hermes Shaper sandals, the Chanel, Dior dad sandals, and they all look really beautiful and comfortable, but I have never actually had a pair of dad sandals. I'm a big fan of sandals. I wear them a lot. I've just never tried the style. So I thought, it could be a good proof of concept item before I go for that commitment piece. And that might sound like a funny term to those who are watching. I know usually people call them investment pieces, but to me, that's such a loaded term. And I know people usually feel the need to give a disclaimer. But to me, a commitment piece is just a much more accurate term. For the last year or so, I've been trying to be a lot more mindful and intentional around my wardrobe, my purchases, my shopping. And so to buy something that's more expensive, it means that I'm committing a chunk of my fun money to this purchase, but also I'm committing a space in my wardrobe, and not just the physical space, of course that, but to me, more importantly, with each new piece that I buy, I am taking time away from my existing pieces, pieces that I know I already get value from, and the chance to enjoy those pieces to this new piece that I'm not haven't really tried or used yet. And so to me, it's especially when the item is expensive, it seems to me more of a commitment than an investment. So sorry, that was a very long detour, but I hope that makes sense. So coming back to these sandals, so I was just researching dad sandals, trying to figure out what's out there, and I came upon these Aloha sandals, and I saw hundreds of positive reviews. People seem to really like them. Especially a lot of people were talking about how comfortable they were, which is arguably one of the only two things that I look for in my sandals, which is just comfort, and also it has to be a style that goes with my outfit so I can actually wear them. First impressions, I really do like the look. And you can see the quilted leather is really nice. It's in black with silver hardware. The hardware is pretty minimal, so I really like that because that means for me, it's going to be easier to style. It will go with pretty much anything. It's about 1-inch heel, I would say. So yeah, first impressions, I have to say I really like the way they look. The stitching leaves something to be desired, but just given that it's a relatively inexpensive pair of sandals that's made of leather, I guess it's fine in terms of value. Overall, yeah, I really like how these look. Generally, I think the quality seemed pretty good. So I did try them on as soon as I got them. I was so excited. They seemed so comfortable, and I was in desperate need of a new pair of sandals. I generally am a size 37.5. These, I think, come in full sizes, so either 37 or 38. After reading the reviews, and I think it was in their Q&A as well, I decided to go with the 38, and these actually fit perfectly. When my feet are in there, they just fit perfectly, and the width as well. I have medium to wide feet, and so these are really comfortable in terms of sizing. But I have noticed a few things that's sort of making me wonder if I should keep them or not. So first of all, it's not super easy to slip in and out of. So for background, current pair of shoes that I love the most is a pair of slides. And so you just slip in and out. It's really easy. These, I find that it's a little bit fussy, so you have to open the Velcro, and this is not wide enough to just slip your foot through. And so I always have to kind of adjust it a little bit, make it a little bit wider, and then put my foot in. And maybe that's just normal for this type of sandal. It's just I'm sort of feeling like I need to get used to that a little bit. It's not a, slide on and go kind of shoe. I put them on, walked around in my house for a little bit, and after about 5-10 minutes, I found that there was some rubbing on my feet, especially around this part, this piece of leather. It was kind of digging into my skin a little bit, just on the edges. So here and here, and it was worse for me on the left side than the right side, probably just because my feet are slightly uneven or slightly different. But I did find that it was rubbing on my feet a little bit. And I think part of the reason why is just these are quite heavy, at least heavier than the shoes that I'm used to, than the sandals that I'm used to. I weighed them, and they are just over 28 ounces altogether. So that is quite a bit heavier than my other sandals. The footbed is quite hard. It's inflexible. And so when I'm walking around and my foot's, moving up and down, these don't budge. And so when I move around, when I'm walking, this part just kind of digs into my foot a little bit. So maybe that's just part of the deal with dad sandals, but I do feel like this, as my first pair of dad sandals, they are not as comfortable as I think that they look, but maybe it just takes some breaking in. The final thing that I want to mention is just that I also noticed that when I'm walking around in them, they make quite a bit of noise. And I was trying to figure out where the noise came from, and I think it narrowed it down to sort of the soles of my feet coming in contact and peeling off the footbeds. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but basically, again, because these are inflexible, they are completely, fixed. When I walk and my foot moves, it keeps on kind of coming in contact and then leaving the footbed. And I think that's making quite a bit of noise. But again, I haven't worn them outside, so maybe it's completely negligible noise when I'm outside, but that's something that I'm also noticing when I'm trying them on at home. And I'll just do a little bit of close-up of the shoe. So here are my initial thoughts about these sandals. Again, I really do like the way they look. I like the concept of the dad sandals. I think a pair of dad sandals would fit seamlessly into my wardrobe and go with everything. What do you guys think? Have you tried these Aloha sandals? Do you like them? Or do you have just a pair of luxury dad sandals? Are you enjoying them? Do you think they're worth the money? Please comment down below and let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. And that's today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.